This is Honky Talkin' with your host, Tyler Lance Walker Gill. Brought to you in front of a live audience at Louisville's own Whirling Tiger. Tyler Lance Walker Gill.
All right, guys, I think it's about showtime. Hey, Casey, I know McKinley's not here this week to introduce me. Do you wanna take care of that?
Don't mind if I do.
Hell yeah.
We have Tyler Lance Walker Gill on Honky Talkin Tuesday, the host with the most names.
Hell yeah, that's good. Hit it, boys. The extended intro. Who's my spot? You're gonna be my spotlight guy. I've got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. Yeah, come with me. Well, I won't be much when you get through with me. Tits to dick, I'm blind. Well, I'm losing weight and a turning mighty pale. Don't worry about the face, they've seen it. Looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. That's what they want, you know what I mean? Well, I thought the day I met you, you were meek as a lamb. Just the kind to fit my dreams and plans. This guy rules. Now the pace we're living takes a wind from the sails, and it looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. 2, 3, 4. Now the dance we practice. Got a tiger by the tail, it's plain to see. Well, I won't be much when you get through with me. We nailed that. That was good. I'm losing weight and a turning mighty pale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It looks like I've got a tiger by the tail. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Honky Talkin! Ha-ha! Do I have sounds up here, Casey? Look at that, we stuck the landing. Welcome to Honky Talkin, everyone. I'm your host of the most named Tyler Lance Walker Gill. Give it up one more time for me. Holy shit. And how about that house band, the Wolfmen? Give it up for the Wolfmen one time. I cut theirs short. I want mine to be a little longer. You know what I mean? Let's give a shout out to the crew tonight. Most importantly, our spotlight guy. Spotlight guy, what is your name? Gary. Give it up for Gary. Gary, come here. I've got a present for you. And I don't do this every single week. And I don't already make it out to Gary. So this is very special because you did such a good job tonight. So give it up one more time for Gary. He's the best Gary we've ever had. In comparison, last week's spotlight guy turned the flashlight on his own face, and I immediately attacked him almost physically. It was very close. But luckily, he was just our musical act's dad, so it was no big deal to be mean to that old man. All right, DJ Ken has once again tendered his resignation from the show, so give it up for DJ Casey on the ones and twos. So McKinley has a soundboard with many buttons and sounds, and Casey does not, so he just nails it. If you guys couldn't tell, that's a human mouth. All right, give it up for Matt on the camera once again. Matt and I just went to the Arcade Expo with Scott Whitehouse. You can imagine how that went. Matt, what did you think? Did we catch some magic? No. I agree. I don't think we did. All right. Do we have any first-time? That's good, Woody. Do we have any first-time honky talkers in the crowd tonight? Yes. Any? I'm not going to pick on you. You can make a little noise if you're new, and you can laugh at everything I say. Don't worry about that. All right. Well, in case you are new here, Honky Talkin is America's one and only tonk show. It's a talk show where my guests and I talk tonk on this little casting couch right here. Every week we have one musical guest, then one non-musical guest, then a performance from a band of random guys that I met on Craigslist this week. They're right over there. Hell yeah.
Just to be clear, it wasn't on the sex pages. However, I am curious if those still exist. Does anyone know? No one would admit that, I know.
They don't.
They don't? Are they gone? Have you checked?
I checked last week.
Casey. I knew it. I knew we'd have one. All right, guys. Well, that's basically the rundown of the show. And boy, do we have some great guests lined up for you tonight. Up first, we've got some fellers from way up north. Northern Kentucky, that is. Brother Smith is on the show for the first time tonight. Hell yeah. Now, they're from Northern Kentucky, but they're coming out of Lexington. So, Kentucky boys either way. Now, you may be a fan of our second guest without even knowing it. If you've seen a mural on a wall in this town, he was probably the person who painted it. We've got Damon Thompson on the show. We can't wait to talk to him. That's going to be really fun. All right, and then the boys and I are going to play some songs for you that we know and love. Well, I guess know is a strong word. We're going to play some songs for you, and then hopefully you still love them when we're done with them. Okay, now that you know what's lined up for the night, here's everything else you could possibly need to know about whatever the fuck this is, okay? You may have noticed you got in here for free. Congratulations and you're welcome. Cha-ching. However, now that I got you here, I'm going to hit you up for a little bit of money. So everyone gets paid in tips on this show. So when I come around with my trusty tip hat, don't worry, you won't be able to miss it. That's how you know it's time to dig deep, literally, and give us all the money you can stand to give. Because honestly, what is money anyway? Do you need it? No, we need it, but do you need it is the question. And if you don't need it, give everything you got to me, okay? Now, of course, the Tyler Lance Roller Grill is open tonight. This week's all beef dogs are brought to you by the owner of the Whirling Tiger and hot dog cop, Mark Evans. And unfortunately, it looks like we actually don't have time for you to give it up for Mark at this time. So, silence is preferred. But look at that artwork. Give it up for that. Isn't that nice? Let's hear it one more time for that artwork. I think that's really good. Okay. Now, those dogs are 1 for $3, 2 for $5. It's the best dog deal in town, guaranteed. Now, listen, this week, on a whim, I Googled the words hot dog charity. I'm not exactly sure why, but, I was high as shit. I don't know. So anyway, I found something very special in Googling hot dog charity that I feel like I have to show you guys, which I don't even understand it fully yet. But what I found, this is hotdog.org, right? And it's essentially a website with every resource you could possibly need on hot dogs as a topic. Now, I did not spend a lot of time with hotdog.org yet, but I guarantee you I will soon. Like, they have articles where they're weighing in on, is the hot dog a sandwich? How do hot dogs get made? They divide the country up by style. There's a lot of good infographics about hot dogs on here, and that is all I really care about. So I'm going to dig into this over the next few weeks. I just wanted you guys to know it's coming. All right.
We're going to catch up with it.
God damn it, Casey! We'll catch up later on that. That's so good. All right. We no longer have a liquor special during the show. I know, that's sad. Because we are pushing a new game here at the Tiger called Drinko. Both of those sounds were sad, so I fucked that up. Drinko is where you pay $4 to play a version of Plinko from The Price is Right, but this version is better because it ends in you drinking a shot of gross liquor. And don't worry, I checked, all the options are equally bad. It's stuff they're trying to get rid of. But for $4, you can still black out on it. Okay. Let me remind you guys to follow us on social media. Go to your preferred app and search Honky Talkin with TLWG. Hit the followed button, maybe do a couple likes. Leave a mean comment for maximum impact. There are plenty of mean things you could say about this show. And, all right, guys, I'm going to move on with it, but I have to update you on some stuff. I had a pretty big weekend. Did any of you guys come to the Knock Bar this past Sunday night for our Stone Cold party? That's exactly right. Nobody did. But there were people there, okay? So let me tell you what we did. It was a great time. The whole purpose was to crown a best Stone Cold, whether it was, do you guys know Stone Cold the wrestler? The bald man, the Texas Rattlesnake, Steve Austin. We wanted to crown a best Stone Cold, whether it was via an impression or a costume. And thankfully, just like you guys, no one showed up to participate in that contest. However, there were a few people there that we convinced to do it. And one of those people was the winner. We really just had two, but the winner, I swear to God, he would have won if there were 100 people. It was a pitch perfect Stone Cold impression that Jake Reber turned in. So give it up for Jake. He might be here, he's probably not. He really crushed it. Tim, were you there? You heard Jake do that Stone. It was pretty great, wasn't it? It was pretty fucking good. Now, the greatest part of the night was the fact that I got to meet WWE superstar and 6-time hardcore champion Al Snow. And more importantly, it was really cool. I finally got to tell him about the time that I saw his dick and balls when I was a child. Now, if you've come to this show, you know that I've been dying to ask Al Snow about his dick and balls. And I finally did it. Hopefully we've got it on film and I can show it here. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, it's too long of a story and I can't explain it, but you just got to come every week. Okay, now, are we ready to get along with the show? Are you guys ready? Yes? Great, because now it's time for me to read some ads instead. Oh! I know, sorry. That Stone Cold music is so bad. All right, you pencil-dicked rednecks. Sorry. I wrote that this morning. This portion of tonight's program is brought to you by our longest-standing sponsor, our very own Bleach Bond, bad-built, butch-bodied baddie, Mr. Matthew Mead. Give it up for Matthew. Man, I really wanted to fuck myself over when I wrote this one. All right, the true Honky Talkaholics know Matthew's a coworker of mine who gives me $20 to do an ad on the show every week. Quick side note, anyone can pay $20 for me to do any sort of advertisement on the show at any given time, and I will say anything.
'Cause we'll put a boot in your ass, it's the American way.
Free speech, bitch. All right, last week I pretended that Matthew wrote a poem, but then I just recited some 311 lyrics because McKinley, our normal sound guy, fucking hates 311. Again, I can't go back and explain. It's too much to explain, not enough time. Come to the show if you want to catch the running bits. Anyway, this week, Matthew did actually give me a note to share on the show, so I'm going to go ahead and read that now. It says, "For the love of God, stop doing these ads on your stupid little quote-unquote show. I haven't given you money in over a year, you fucking..." There's some words I'm not going to say here. Here we go. Also, if you have another wrestling themed party at the bar, I'm going to cut your brake lines. So as always, thank you, Matthew, for supporting the show. He loves us. By that, I mean that's true. He hates me really bad. All right, guys, this was my favorite ad last week, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be my favorite ad of all time. A couple weeks ago, one of my guests was an artist by the name of Dakota Ray Parker. He was great, sweet dude, great songs, seemed like a normal person. However, at the show, I found out about his side hustle and most incredible hobby of all time. He sells haunted dolls, of course. Now, he almost didn't even tell me about this, and he didn't bring a haunted doll, which honestly, it was a great idea on his part because now I have to get him back on the show so he can bring some. Anyway, check this out. His online store is called Rust and Relics. I've got so many things for you guys to look at tonight. And he's got everything you need. Old rusty pencil sharpeners, a vintage shark in a jar, and of course, this painting. Nope, that's a hook rug from the 70s of some horses. Everything good, everything you ever need. But he's also got some very obviously haunted dolls on here. This one looks like an old dildo that I don't think you should touch or own. This is my favorite one. Look at this one. Oh my God. 1999. That's a good deal. And he has like 100% customer feedback rating, 97 plus. So essentially, I'm just telling you, he's selling real haunted dolls on this website, okay? So that's Rustin Relics on eBay. If you want to check him out, scroll through his shit. Did anyone watch the series Friday the 13th back in the 80s and 90s? Nobody? It's good that you didn't. It's terrible. It's haunted, things like that. You know what? You should check that out. Our next sponsor is Friday the 13th, the series from 1991. All right, not really. I'm going to introduce our first band. Are you guys ready for that? Our musical guest tonight? All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these boys out of Lexington. It's Brother Smith on the show tonight. Oh, shit. There's smoke on the watering for you. Come on up. Thank you. You guys head on over. I'm going to read the ad for you. All right. Now, while they get ready, I'm going to do one more advertisement for you guys. Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of tonight's program is brought to you by the Monarch Music and Arts Community. Give it up for the Monarch. I assume at this point everyone's been to a show at the Monarch. Is that right? Has anyone not been to a show at the Monarch? You guys should go to a show at the Monarch. It's great. And I'm going to tell you why. The Monarch is a nonprofit creative hub and listening room here in Louisville, Kentucky. And it's not just your average music venue. In fact, it's not really a music venue at all. No other music venue I know of has a mission statement, let alone a guy who tells you what it is at the beginning of every show. And once you go, you'll understand what I mean. And he's going to talk to you in a way that's going to make you feel like he's pulling you into a cult. Don't give him any money or anything, but he's not. He's actually a really cool dude. Let me tell you about the mission statement of the Monarch. It's to create a space where artists can collaborate creatively with one another and where patrons can enjoy the art that they create. It is truly a space dedicated to fostering Louisville's artistic and particularly music communities. And like I said, I know I just set it up like a cult, but it's not. You should go check it out. Artists can become members and have access to the physical space for rehearsing, recording, songwriting sessions, whatever you like. And patrons can become members as well for extra access to the facility, shows, and much more. To see what's going on at the Monarch or to look into becoming a member yourself, check out themonarchmac.org for all the info you need, or just check them out on Instagram and go to a show. That's the best way. And once again, thank you to the Monarch for supporting this show. All right. All right. I feel like I've been here for way too long. So it is time for our musical guest tonight out of Lexington, Kentucky. Give it up for Brother Smith.
Never leave me lonely. Tether me. Be my one and only. When I could run, I'd rarely see the morning sun. I would wait till it was high and hot in the sky. Well, then I could go as far as I could go, farther than the day before. Sometimes after
the SS Good Time Cruise Line. It's about time to cast off. Leave your baggage on the shore. You don't need it anymore. No blues allowed. No blues allowed. The SS Good Time ain't like any kind of ship you've seen before. It's always ready when you are. It don't need water for it to float. It don't need gas for it to go. Just a few folks are having fun in the sun or underneath the stars. Come as you are. Climb aboard, climb aboard, climb aboard and have yourself a ball. Staving off and break down with a song about hanging out and being loud. Well, you're in good company. 'Cause today I'm letting go and nobody can bring me down. I might even have a drink. All booze allowed. All booze allowed. Climb aboard, climb aboard, climb aboard and have yourself a ball. Climb aboard, climb aboard, climb aboard and have yourself a ball. Grab a friend and board the SS Good Time. There ain't no line to wait in. It'll take you where you wanna go if you're feeling low. Thank you.
Give it up one time for my brother Aaron on the fiddle, everybody.
My brother Wesley on the guitar and the keys.
Give it up for this button on my shirt that kept banging against my guitar the whole time. I'll take just a little bit less of my guitar. Pretty pleased. My turn, or you got another one? I did a couple.
I'll do a couple. Early one morning, I saddled on Daisy, rode across the border and into the sun, bound for the coast where I used to know a woman who'd sit with me by the ocean. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, get along, little Daisy. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, we've only begun. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, days are wasting. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, on the trails I roam. This woman I've known since I was a youngin'. We'd roll in the haystacks of her father's barn. Sooner than not, we both tied the knot, and a happier ending had never seemed on. Then we took to traveling way out in the world to see what all there is to see. What brought us to Mexico, I'm sure I don't know, but all that I saw was a sad tragedy. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, get along, little Daisy. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, the heat's on the rise. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, days are wasting. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, on the trails I roam. A litter of outlaws tracked us from the coast, using the Sowai Road to keep out of sight. They came upon us with irons and steel to take what we had and make off in the night. But a cowboy I am, so I made a stand and fought for the life of my love. But not everything works out like a dream, and they sent my woman to the heavens above. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, get along, little daisy. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, the sun's about set. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, days wasted. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, on the trail sorrow. Now every year I make this old trek to where it all happened, way down on the coast, to pay my respects to my love now at rest, hoping them faces of outlaws will show. And revenge ain't the mark of a good man, I know, but I can't let this go undone. But here I stand on a beach all alone. I guess I'll go home and try next round the sun. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, get along, little daisy. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, let the moon be our guide. Whoopie-tie-yi-yi, days wasted. Whoopie-tie-yi-yo, on the trails of sorrow. Thank you.
I'm not sure exactly what time we started. I bet we got time for one or two more. Me do one and then you do one? Me, you, me, you, me.
Yeah. And Diet Coke.
I didn't drink Diet Coke for a long time, and now I'm super drinking it.
Yeah?
Sorry, Aaron. It sounded like you were about to say something actually worthwhile.
You know what, I was going to say thanks to Tyler Lance, whatever the rest of his names are, for having us, but he doesn't deserve that much applause. Just keep it to yourselves. Clap for him later.
Excuse me.
Close to the end, what a journey it's been. September seemed a lifetime ago.
Oh, hold on a second. That's bad.
September seemed a lifetime ago. We could still shout and go out and about. Now I've been missing all the people and the shows. Fitting in a home, singing at a phone. Can promise you it wasn't my plan. Oh, but it rarely is, whether you're grown or just a kid. People, a product of land. Or was it earth? Did I pronounce it? No, I don't denounce it, but the whole joint seems moistly wet. We've been off from the start, tear your schedules apart. You really never know what's coming next. But I feel right in my soul, left in my head. My heart's got an eye out on each. I've been stuck in between a breath and a scream. I never loved the city or the beach. I don't got it all right here, but I'm not gonna fret. Better yet, let's share a tear and a laugh when the whole thing has passed.
Thank you. We got one more song for you. Thanks for hanging out. Sure. Hold on, play G, because this shit sucks still.
Took a loader to the backyard, dug out a piece of hillside, shovels by the tens, and Grandpa watching with a grin. Mom standing on the screen porch, crossing her arms and wondering how she ever let this bunch of boys tear up the yard again. 6 a.m. came like a dump truck when they dropped the block and hauled off. My brother called me up and said, "Y'all better get to work." 57 grade and a mallet, walking across some pallets, set over mud and dusty crud to level all the dirt. Halfway done since the beginning, and that won't ever change. 2 steps that we figure out means 2 more to explain. And this wall will be the envy of all the neighbors' kin, 'cause it ain't been built for keeping people out or in. Been hiding clay pipe, sweating in the daylight, getting hollered at by Rodney's dog who barks and barks and barks. Just trying to plot a pretty spot for gardens yet to sow, and then plant a seed and tame a weed in a tiger lily bin. Halfway done since the beginning, and that won't ever change. 2 steps that we figure out means 2 more to explain. And this wall will be the envy of all the neighbors' kin, 'cause it ain't being built for keeping people out on. Almost October, and this project should be over. We'll have one if we get it done by the time that it gets cold. And maybe in the springtime, we'll see what we can go. If this damn wall don't decide to fall and leave us just to know it, halfway done since the beginning, and that won't ever change. 2 steps that we figure out means 2 more to explain. And this wall will be the envy of all the neighbors' kin, 'cause it ain't being built for keeping people out or in. No, it ain't being built for keeping people out or in. Thank you all. Aaron West with Brother Smith.
It's me again. Give it up for Brother Smith one more time, everybody. You fellers want to come over here to my slippery little couch? I dried it off for you.
Thanks.
I don't do that for everybody. A lot of people have to sit right on the wet. And I don't tell them what it is
Some of
because
us
I
just
don't
take it
know.
wherever we go.
Yeah, that's right. All right, Brother Smith. Now, how long you guys been brothers? First question.
As long as he's been here.
You're the little one?
I'm the middle of 5.
Whoa, 5.
We'll have been brothers for almost 29 years this year.
So that's how old you are.
Yeah.
And I assume you're
We've been
49,
brothers.
50, 51.
Yeah, 52.
You look great for
Yeah.
your age.
Thanks. Moisturizer.
So 2 of 5. Are the others musical? Or are you guys from a generally musical family?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
lots of music.
Like,
A lot of singers. Our mom's a singer and plays guitar, and was a trumpet player. Our dad plays piano and organ. And
In church, he has since he was a teenager.
yeah.
Our sister has just gotten her degree in musical therapy.
That's going nowhere. But okay.
Don't tell.
I wouldn't tell her that. I got mine in political science, and I'm nailing it. You can't do that without that degree. Okay, you guys are from Park Hills, Kentucky. That's up north.
Yep.
How was the? Well, did you guys grow up in like a rural place? Did you grow up with country music or
We grew up
old timey
with
stuff or anything like
some
that?
bluegrass music. Our granddad played mandolin.
Yeah,
And I think he played with his siblings when they were younger.
yeah,
Lots of fans of country music in our families.
I wasn't.
yeah. I wasn't either as a kid. Well,
No.
when I was real
My sister
little.
was, and I didn't get. I was like, what? I don't know what's
Yeah,
going on
what the
here.
hell's this?
What the hell? It's not.
Did you come
where's the
around to it
distortion?
later, or was it like a?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was for me. When I was a kid, I was like inundated with country music. My mom sang and all that stuff, and it was just like CMT on the TV, and I was like, "Fuck this shit! I'm learning AC/DC." That's why I got that SG. And then I got older, and I was like, "I'm gonna write some music," and it was like, "Well, I had a beer." It just straight up country music came out. So
Love it.
I don't know what is that? What's the deal?
There was a bunch of years when I was in college where I was only writing country songs, and I refused to write any of them that if they didn't start coming out that way. I was like, well, that's trash.
Throw it away.
I
Yeah.
didn't last very long because, like I said, we're from the burbs. I couldn't write that many country songs, so I didn't know that much about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Right,
I
more
can't
than
either.
Even if I liked it.
You know,
Yeah.
you can write more than you think.
Yeah.
You can always make shit
It's the
up.
thinker that's making them.
Yeah. Now, you guys moved to Lexington, I assume, together around the same time, or how long y'all been in Lexington?
We moved down there together maybe 4 years ago.
Just for music stuff?
Yeah.
Really, it's the first place I found a place to live after we moved back in with our mom and dad in quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was looking in Lexington or Northern Kentucky to like find a house to move into. And that was just the first one that
Well,
we
I,
found.
I feel like Lexington is like the spot as far as the country music scene, especially, or anything around that genre goes right now, like especially in the state. What do you guys think about the scene? Because I was telling you earlier, every time my band goes to Lexington, I feel like everyone watches us and goes, you know what I mean? That's the vibe. And is it me or is it the town? What's going on? How do I get in?
You're already in.
Am I?
I think so.
I don't think so, man. Well, we did.
Well, I like you.
Yeah, I'd come and see you.
You put in a good word with me with the rest of the town.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, town, get over
Yeah.
here. This guy's okay.
Yeah,
Sure, he
listen.
does a bunch of dumb shit. Well, I'm curious because, like I said, it's been tough to get over in Lexington. You guys said that Louisville's that way for you. Do you want to tell this crowd about it?
Well, we played a couple places and we just never
called back.
kept it up.
Yeah.
You know, so I don't know, but it's gone that way. Lots of places.
I know, yeah.
So
I was looking at
maybe
the...
it's me.
No, I don't think so. I was looking at the schedule of shows that you guys have on the books, though, And it seems like you do play a lot of the same places. But I feel like Louisville can be a hard town to get a reaction out of
Badass
people.
music scene here too. Badass hometown bands that people love. I love that.
Don't tell them that.
There are. Oh, well, okay.
I try to keep them humble, you know what I mean? You guys could do better. Okay, so you're saying I got over in Lexington because we did meet at the Bolo Mules show not too long ago. Do you want to tell them what I'm talking about?
Yeah, so do you want to do it or do you want me to do it? You want to do it at the same time and see who can get it out faster?
Sure.
Same time.
So the Bolo
the
Mules
Bolo
is a
Mules
90s
became
country cover
a
band
90s country
that a
cover
bunch of
band
us
that
we all
my Wes and our buddy
kind of met in the
Grayson, we
Lexington
came up
music
with the
scene
name while we were
together,
riding
you
around
know,
in the car one
and we
day.
got busier as, you know, our
Grayson
own
said he
things were
wanted a
picking
bowl
up, so
of
we don't
oatmeal, and
see
Wesley
each other
misheard
whole
him.
So
And
it's
he
a
said,
good
"What
reason
the
to get
hell is
together
a
once a
bolo
year and
mule?"
play a bunch of songs.
I
that
said,
we
I
love.
want a bowl of oatmeal. It's not a bolo mule. So
It's just a nice
the
thing
name
to
was
do. It's really
created
fun.
at
Yeah.
that time, and now we do that.
And that's how we met. So that's a good story. I appreciate that. Now, just look up Bolo Mules. It's fine. Do you guys play with a full band normally, or you guys go on the road
Sometimes.
two-piece typically?
We're
What's-
two-piecing it this week.
Yeah.
It started yesterday.
What'd you do yesterday? What else you
We played
got?
at Slancha Public House in Georgetown.
I've been there. That's a cool
I
spot.
love it there.
St. Patrick's Day.
Man, the time that we played there, Jake, were you at that show? Yeah, the mayor of the town got arrested at the show, and I was like, this is my favorite
He's not
town.
Buffalo.
Yeah. The mayor came and said we were being too loud, and his wife came in and was like, I'm the mayor's wife, and the cops were like, you guys are arrested. It was wild. Did that happen when you guys played there too?
It happens every
No, it
time.
actually just happened yesterday. It happened again.
It happens every time. Okay, so you guys are working on your first full-length album as a band, is that right?
No.
No. I don't fact check myself.
We're working on an album. We're
Jake
working on
like
our
that.
first vinyl.
Yeah.
We never
Oh,
done
right,
we've never done a
okay.
vinyl.
That's what we said earlier. So you just got the masters back, is that right?
Masters back, yeah, for album number 4.
So we're late in the process.
It's yeah.
There's no
well,
schedule
yeah,
with any of
the yeah.
But you're close, is what I'm
Making the
saying.
record and then getting it out, you just got to set a wide berth because you don't know what's gonna happen.
I know. I love asking people, when's it coming? And they're like, do you think I fucking know that?
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, printing vinyl too. So you're getting ready to order the vinyl.
We're getting ready to do any part of it at all. Yeah, we have. Like I
We
said,
got tracks, we
wide
got
berth.
artwork.
Yeah. Oh, it sucks so much. But do you have some stuff for sale here today?
Yeah.
That new vinyl's coming soon, so pay attention. Keep your eyes open for that. But you do have some
5-year
things.
plan.
It's in the 5-year plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of hurry up and
Gotta
wait.
have goals.
Well, guys, thank you so much for being on the show. It was great having you and chatting and whatnot. And we'll have you come back and do some stuff that we did at that Bolo Mule show because I hosted that show. I didn't get to play, so tonight I'm going to try to show these guys that I know songs.
Do you?
But we'll see. All right, give it up one more time for Brother Smith. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you. Sorry, I got the wettest hands in Hollywood.
All right.
All right, friends, we're going to take a quick break. That's enough time for you to take a short shit or a long piss. And give Kissy a little bit more money. Get a drink if you need to. And we'll come back with Damon Thompson on the couch. He's a local artist, and I'm really excited to talk to him. So don't go no place. We'll be right back. Love you, bye.
She's all the love I know. Kiss the ground in the winter time and make you fly blue. All right, let's get this show back on the road. Spotlight guy, are you here? Thank you, Gary. This is the energy I like out of a spotlight guy. You're fucking on it, dude. That's exactly right. I just need help with these notes, basically. I wish I could memorize all the stuff that I want to talk to you guys about at halftime, but I wrote it today. Casey, give me a sound effect. That was a choice. Ooh. I like how it ended. All right, quick announcement, guys, so listen up. This one's serious. I need everyone to stop sending me the Costanza caster from Instagram in my DMs. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's a guitar shaped like George Costanza. I've gotten it like 12 times. I want it, okay? Yeah, there we go. I want it, but I can't afford it, and it's not for sale. Trust me, I found that out the hard way, so stop sending me that. However, please do keep sending me hot dog and Crocs content, because my algorithm is almost perfect, and I'm right there. All right, here's something we actually need to talk about. This one's serious. I want to talk about the farting to talking ratio in the public restroom. This came up at dinner. My wife and I were eating the other night, and I told a story of a fart that had just occurred in the bathroom, and we figured this out. So let's start with the ladies' room. Now, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong here, the ladies' room is a very chatty place. You go in groups, you talk to your friends, you talk to strangers, you do a lot of chatting in the ladies' room. Next to zero farting, though. The fart ratio is very low. From what I understand, a fart in the ladies' room is either an accident or you thought you were alone. Is that correct, ladies' room users? Please tell me yes or no. You're saying no because you're nasty. Is that right? Well, let me tell you about the men's room. So in the men's room, on the other hand, it's the exact opposite ratio. You go in alone, you are alone. You see a friend in there, you might nod. You see a stranger, you pretend you didn't. Like, it's a very, I'm alone in this place, I'm not talking to anyone. But the farts are flying in that bitch. It's a farty place. Give me a fart sound. Yeah, let's go full disc jockey. No, it's a very farty place in the men's room. Do you guys agree with me, men's room users? Woody's farting up in that bitch. Well, here's what I'm proposing, okay? I think what we should do is start separating bathrooms not by gender, but by just put on the door, this one's for talking, this one's for farting. I think, am I right? Cover that, Fox News, you fuckheads. All right. You know, this is another true story. I got really proud of myself the other day because I had this thought that I may be the first person to do this exact format for a show, as in a talk show host that also plays in the band on said talk show. And then I remembered that Kelly Clarkson exists, and she does exactly the same thing. But then I thought, that makes me the Kelly Clarkson of Louisville. Give me some sounds on that. Hell yeah! And I did not have that. Exactly, yes. When Ken's not here, I need a little help on the sounds. I didn't have that on my 2025 bingo card. You know what I mean? Have you guys noticed? I know. Have you noticed that phrase is back? I hate it.
I didn't have that on my bingo card either.
That's right, Casey! Hell yeah, that's it. He took the punchline, but I gave it right to him. Casey is the king of the punchline. He's the punniest guy I've ever known in my life. It's very impressive. All right, guys, are we ready for our next guest? Yes? Oh, well, I knew you'd say that. That's why I'm going to throw some ads at you real quick. All right. Friends, this next advertisement is intended to promote an event that, frankly, I'm not sure I fully comprehend. This portion of the show is brought to you by Weather Channel Jazz Night. I don't think I have any jazz sounds.
Where's the beat?
I got Where's the Beat? That's jazzy. Yeah, but make it Weather Channel. So listen, I'm very outspoken about my distrust of the jazz genre. It's not for me. However, for the first time in my life, I honestly feel like I could potentially enjoy jazz. In coordination with Mad Props Productions, tomorrow night, right here at the Tiger, is the first ever Weather Channel Jazz Night, which will feature smooth jazz from some of Louisville's finest jazz musicians. And we've got Cam Gooden, Scott Boyce, Trevin Little, and Harris Boyer. If you know any of those guys, that is a very sick band, so that's awesome. And a fully immersive experience launching you straight back to your childhood living room. So you'll be surrounded by the dull whir of 90 CRT television sets,
That's how you know Stan and Allie are involved in this. There will be a green screen where you can do your own weather forecast, so you can be the weatherman. Drink specials such as the Weinberg, I'm assuming in reference to local weatherman Mark Weinberg, which is a glass of wine and an Underberg. Duh. Now look, there are some things... Truly, there are some things best left under-explained. So I don't want to explain this anymore. I think if you're free tomorrow night, you should come check this out, because this is one of those events that, why is it happening? Why is it here? Why is it Wednesday? I'm a weatherman now. Like, you just have to go and see a thing like this. So it's free. It's here at the Tiger. It's tomorrow night, and it should be fun. If I'm available, I'm gonna think about coming. Not sure I'm going to be available, though, so we'll check on that. But that's Weather Channel Jazz Night tomorrow at the Tiger.
Oh, they're going to bring the storm.
I'm going to bring on the rain, baby. All right, we got one more for you. Ladies and gentlemen, this portion of tonight's program is brought to you by our friends at the Louisville Folk School. Give it up for the Folk School. Now, folks, spring is almost sprung, which means the spring semester of group classes at the Folk School are starting next week, so you still have time to sign up. Now, if you're unfamiliar with the Louisville Folk School, it's a fantastic organization here in town that hires the best local musicians to teach music classes that pertain to folk music traditions in some way or another. They tie it into Kentucky in a lot of ways. So while you're learning how to play music, you're also learning about that music's history, which I think is very cool because I'm a dork. What's a good sound for that? This is a toilet bowl. Okay, now I say that they only hire the best local musicians because I've been a teacher for the folk school myself. I taught a 90s Country 101 class. I'm being dead serious about that. I know it sounds made up. I only taught it for one semester because they realized hiring me was a bad idea. But to prove that they do hire actually talented musicians, Jake Groves is a teacher at the folk school. Give it up for Jake. Jake, are you teaching anything this go round?
Well, I was supposed to, but nobody signed up, so they had to cancel the class. But I do give private lessons if anybody wants a lesson on...
I guess I should have asked him that beforehand. I think I've just brought
I
up...
still teach there, but the harmonica doesn't get a lot of sign-ups.
It is very unfortunate.
It is very unfortunate because we have the greatest harmonica player maybe in the world right here on stage. He's here. It's very true. But,
Definitely not the world.
so, it's in the world. I've been everywhere, Jake, trust me. Now, anyway, you can sign up with Jake, maybe not this semester, but he does teach for the folk school, and he's giving private lessons, so now you owe me $20 for that ad, Jake. You're welcome. To sign up at the folk school, or to just see what's available, check out LouisvilleFolkSchool.org. Today, classes range from beginner to expert in a wide range of things, so go check them out. And thank you to the Louisville Folk School for supporting the show. Great. Okay. All right. Are we ready for our next guest for real this time? Yes, okay. Our next guest is an artist, a mural painter, a published illustrator, an author, and a pretty chill dude. Give it up for Damon Thompson! Come on up! Yeah! That was not... What did you guys play just then? What was that? It was what it was. An original tune over there. How are you, brother?
I'm doing great.
Thank you for being on the show. So I recently changed the format where it was like I'm going to bring on local people, artists, whatever, who are not musicians. And you were on my very short list for a number of reasons. So I was really excited whenever you said yes to do the show. Now, I did a little researching on you, of course, leading up. And upon a Google of Damon Thompson, there are other Damon Thompsons out there. And you know about this.
Fuck them.
But for real, fuck them, because the first one I found is this pastor who, if you want to call him that. Are you guys watching The Righteous Gemstones? Yeah. It's like that vibe, this guy, and his name's Damon Thompson. So, have you seen this guy out there?
Oh yeah. It's part of the reason I go on my way to post obnoxiously on social media because I wanted to drown out this guy. He teaches sermons that say bullying cures gayness.
Yeah.
Like legit. And he has long hair. He's like, I'm the rock and roll preacher.
Yeah, he's a real piece of shit because we all know that RuPaul's Drag Race cures gayness. It brings it to that full potential. So, fuck that guy. It's true. We didn't even talk about, we'll talk about Drag Race later. Now, so whenever you do the correct Googling, here's some of the work you've done. I did the correct Googling after I Googled, of course, hot dog charity. Here's some of the work that you've seen around town. And this is just a small amount of it. So before we get to all that, I want to back up a little bit. I became familiar with you over a decade ago. A mutual friend of ours brought me this book, and he was like, check out this book. It's a book on juggalos. My friend Damon illustrated it. And we have it here, which this is the nicer, newer edition.
Yeah, I got picked up by Microcosm, and they have wide distribution. It was available in Barnes & Nobles. But the original one had all misspellings and was by Mend My Dress Press.
Yeah. That's the one that I had, misspellings and all. Now, tell these people what is this book? It's called Juggalo Country, Inside the World of Insane Clown Posse and America's Weirdest Music Scene.
So my best friend Jaden, he goes by Craven Rock. That's his but he was on his way, and he came and stayed with me, and he's going there the next day, and he had this idea like, okay, I'm writing this article for Razor Cake magazine, and it just dawned on me, I don't want to go to this alone. I'll buy your ticket if you go with me, and maybe you can do some drawings, and it'll be included in the... So it was just supposed to be an article, but we had so many crazy misadventures and insane antics had ensued that...
Yeah, they call it Insane Clown Posse for a reason.
It was really wild. I mean, there was one point where I'd been on a ton of pain pills and I was standing next to a guy, and it turned out to be Gallagher, and he was tripping. And he was like, I was like, am I really hanging out with Gallagher? Like, it was a lot of strange things like that.
Yeah, I remember reading this so many years ago and thinking, I have to go to the gathering. Like, maybe it did the wrong thing to me, where I read this book and I was like, I gotta check this out.
Well, I left a tremendous respect for them, their culture, everything they're about.
Yeah, I really do, because I feel like they found their people and they found their thing, and sometimes that's like, eating glass and do drugs. I don't know what they do. But I like
not far from that. Yeah.
It's not far from that, but I like that they do it. So would you go back to, or have you been back to the gathering?
It kind of ruined me for musical festivals. I learned how bad my feet and knees were at these things, like for 3 days.
Yeah. So maybe if you had a bicycle, you would go back if you could just ride around.
Maybe.
Okay, we'll think about it. Now, speaking of craziness ensuing, tell me about... our mutual friend Melody told me to ask you about Clay Buffet. Tell me about Clay Buffet. What was Clay Buffet?
Hey, does anybody know about Clay Buffet that's in this room?
People know about it.
Yeah. All right. So I decided in 2007, since I had an apartment that was a house that was on the gallery hop, to just start making it a gallery for that day. And I knew tons of people who did art but did not want to consider themselves an artist. They didn't have the turtleneck and the beret, and so I just told them to hang your stuff. 100% of anything sells goes to you. And within a short time, it just became a party with DJs and big bonfires and endless clouds of pot smoke, and it was just a wild throwdown that would happen once every gallery hop. And so I learned so much about other people's processes, how they approach art. I had not done spray paint art at all until then, and then I met everyone that was doing graffiti at the time, and so I learned how to use spray paint from them directly, and it was a synergy that kept us all stoked and motivated for what we wanted to do.
I really sense in you that you give a shit about that, like building community and like, being a person who's like, I'll be a place for you to hang up your stuff, or like.
My plan was to get arrested every single time it happened. The fact that it didn't happen.
Did you get arrested any times?
One time the cops were like, "Well, we know what you do here, But this time we stopped some 12-year-old kids in the alley. We let them go and they came straight here. You got to get them out. So we kicked them out. But that was the closest it came to actually getting arrested. It was a ghost town at the time. They had demolished the apartments, and then there was no one living there. So it was, they didn't really care. Like,
Yeah. Now, did that just kind of run its course in its own way, or did you
I had to move out because I was expecting children, and then I moved in with my girlfriend at the time, now my wife, and I handed the reins over to probably my most ill-suited friend, who shout out Frank Martinez, and yeah, so
I like that you named him. We'll put it on the clip.
So that kind of.
And Frank drove it straight into the ground.
Yeah. There's a lot of smoking crack, things like that.
Crack will always bring you down, man. Now, so I guess you got into mural painting before or after that?
I had always worked large and always went for big canvases.
Yeah.
And in the backyard of Clay Buffet, it became. No one could tell us no, so I started having different graffiti crews or individual graffiti artists do the wall up during the day for the party at the end of the day. And so that's how I got to see the process, and I was like, I got to do this. And so I started later in the game for using spray paint. I was about 27 by the time I actually did my first piece on a wall. But as years went on, up until the pandemic in 2020, I'd only attempted, and every time I attempted, I realized what I didn't know and what I had to get better at. So actually I built a wall in 2019 in my backyard and practiced every weekend to get better. And so when the pandemic hit, I was fully stocked up with spray paint. Like I had over 10 crates.
Yeah.
And I had been laid off from work, so that's what the book was about. The other book is I just wanted to fill my day with spray painting walls, and everybody was home that had a wall to give permission for it. So I was like, if I just come by and do this, can I do this? And it became the Outside Society book you have over there.
That is so cool. And we do have that book. So this is, obviously you can Google Damon's work and find it, but this book has a lot of great photos of the work that you've done. I know you guys can't really see that. Maybe you should buy one, you cheap bastards. And you're talking about the process of how you got into it, how you became a mural painter.
Yeah, I did art all the time, but mainly in oil paint. And I was really locked into the traditional ideas of direct observation and still lifes, blah, blah, blah. Stuff that makes you yawn. And the spray paint gave me the permission to sort of do fan art, or do things that just I'm stoked on, things I want to see, like musicians I love, or things like that. And so it definitely relaxed my whole approach to the creative process to be something fun and what I want to do. And the tool itself, it's a one-handed tool, so it goes really fast. You don't have to mix it with solvents and all that.
Well, you're literally brightening up the city with your art, man. It's very cool. Every time I drive to work, I see at least 2 or 3 of your pieces, and I think about you, and I'm like, man, the Germantown folks have seen many a time, I'm sure, this guy right here. What is that on the side of? Is that on the side of the Pearl?
Yeah.
Yeah, every time I drive to work, I'm like, look at that. You make the city a better place. So I say thank you for that. Give it up for David. So you made this book. You have it for sale.
Yeah, once I get off the stage here, I'll be back there. Books, some multi-level spray paint stencils, some stickers. Just a small spread, but I'll be back there if anybody wants them.
And that's a really good picture of you on the back there, too.
My sister, Rebecca Fideli, she took that of me.
That's lovely. So Damon's got these books for sale. He's got some prints. He's got other things for sale. Go see him whenever I go over there. Damon, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you.
I really appreciate it, man. All right. Well, I guess it's time to move on to the dumbest portion of the show. It's when I'm going to go join these guys. Play me something, fellas. Get me over there.
we've been doing that for months. We've done it 3 times, and we've nailed it every time. That was Tiger by the Tail, I guess, yeah? It sounded like Tiger by the Tail. We do that song a lot because this is the Whirling Tiger. Don't worry about that. Yeah, it is, basically. This is the Whirling Tiger, so that's been my entrance music, basically, like if I were a wrestler, say. And I was thinking about this the other day because that song sounds like so many other songs. And in country music, a lot of people steal from other artists. It's pretty common. And I think that Dwight Yoakam was a big fan of the Bakersfield guys like Buck Owens, so he stole a lot of stuff from him, which, you know, I wouldn't do it, but I think it's fine. Anyway, this is one that Buck got stolen by Dwight Yoakam. It's called Little Ways. It's a pretty cool song. 1, 2, 3. You got your little ways to hurt me. You know just how to tear me up. Leave me in small pieces on the ground. And you got your little ways to hurt me. They're not too big, but they're real tough. One cold look from you can knock me down. To look at me, no one would ever know the pain that I've endured, 'cause I won't let it show. My friends would laugh out loud if they only knew the truth about how I am just your lovesick fool. And you got your little ways to hurt me. You know just how to tear me up. Leave me in small pieces on the ground. And you got your little ways to hurt me. They're not too big, but they're real tough. Just one cold look from you can knock me down. The sadness in my eyes should somehow be a clue, but no one here would ever suspect sweet little you. There's been rumors of the truth, but I've kept it quiet, 'cause I'm too ashamed to let them know you make me cry. And you got your little ways to hurt me. You know just how to tear me up. Leave me in small pieces on the ground. And you got your little ways to hurt me. They're not too big, but they're real tough. Just one cold look from you can knock me down. Yeah, your little ways can knock me to the ground. Thank you. You see the similarity there? You know what I'm talking about? I brought this baritone guitar just for that song. It's got that low note, baby. All right, well, why don't we do something totally original? Here's one that I wrote many years ago. It's called January. Ready? January, I must be so cold. Why can't I shake away this chill? January, I must
so cold. January's cold enough to kill. Well, I met you late on New Year's Eve after way too much champagne. You promised that you'd be good to me and you take away my pain. But I woke up beside you with an aching in my brain. And now I know that you couldn't change a thing. January, why must you be so cold? Why can't I shake away this chill? January, why must you be so cold? January's cold enough to kill. Here I go. Oh, you made me want to stay at home, away from all my friends. Your cold grip on my broken heart won't give it time to mend. Yeah, you threw out all the flowers and brought in that icy wind. Well, I can't wait for my time with you to end. You be so cold. Why can't I shake away this chill? January, why must you be so cold? January's cold enough to kill. January's cold enough to kill. January's cold enough to kill. Thank you. Totally original song. See? That's how it's done, Dwight Yoakam. Guys, play me something sexy. I gotta change guitars again. Yeah. This one, it takes a minute. It requires a lot. I try to make this sexy when we go on the road. Never works. Hey, throw some money in that tip jar. I'll do anything. Hey, give it up for my wife for wearing this very stupid hat. She needs an applause break every week, or she won't keep doing it. Bing bang, bing bong, bing. You know what? I'm gonna go full 90s country with this shirt here. I think that's better. It ain't cheap looking this pretty or something like that. Oh, would you look at this? This is perfect timing. Ladies and gentlemen, this next song is brought to you by Germantown's premier tattoo shop of the same name, Neon Moon. Give it up for Neon Moon. Pam, 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 pam. I'm putting ads everywhere now. I'm getting money, baby. All right, if you've been in a bar, if you've been in their bathroom, if you've stopped at a stop sign, if you've been behind a car in your car, then I guarantee you've seen a Neon Moon sticker in one or more of those places. That's because the owner, operator, and tattoo artist Jesse has a sticker addiction, and I think he needs to see someone about it. But
it's also working out really well. And he's like the biggest hustler I know. Hustler in a good way, you know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I only have one tattoo on my body. But I got that tattoo from Jesse at Neon Moon, so I can say this with 100% certainty. Jesse is the greatest tattoo artist I've ever had in my life, and I mean that. It's true. And now, Neon Moon is located at 1000 East Oak Street. It's right next door to Kaiju. They're open 12 to 8, 7 days a week, and walk-ins are always welcome. Check them out on Instagram at neonmoon_tattoo. And I'm going to say this right now. If any one of you wants to go get a matching tattoo with me at Neon Moon, I'm game. I pick the tattoo, you pay for it. That's a good deal, right? But let's go do it. Give it up for Neon Moon one time. Now I think is a great time, since we got to know each other through 90s country, to have Brother Smith come back. Are you guys want to come hang out? Give it up for Brother Smith one more time. Let's get them up here. When the sun goes down on my side of town, that lonesome feeling comes to my door, and the whole world turns. Watch this, guys. Ooh. Oh, shit. There's a rundown bar across the railroad tracks. Got a table for two way in the back where I sit alone, think of losing you. I spend most every night beneath the light of a neon moon. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely. Watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of the neon moon. I think of two young lovers running wild and free. I close my eyes and I sometimes see you in the shadow of this smoke-filled room. No telling how many tears I've sat here and cried, or how many lies that I might tell my poor heart. She'd come back someday, whoa, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Sing it with me, boys. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of the neon moon. Alright, I'm going to show off. Watch this. Jukebox plays on, drink by drink, and the words of every sad song seem to say when I think, and this hurt inside of me, it ain't never gonna end. Whoa, but I'll be alright as long as there's light from a neon moon. Here we go. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon. Hit it again. Now if you lose your one and only, there's always room here for the lonely to watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of the neon moon. Come watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of about you guys to sing one? Let's see what. Oh, let's do that one.
Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt. We got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Down by the river on a Friday night, beer made cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much that muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Yeah. Well, we fogged up the windows of my old Chevy. I was willing, but she wasn't ready. So I settled for a burger and a grape snow cone. Dropped her off early, but I didn't go home. Down by the river on a Friday night, pyramid cans in the pale moonlight. Talking about cars and dreaming about women. Never had a plan, just a living for the minute. Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much the muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. Well, way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie. We laid rubber on the Georgia asphalt and we got a little crazy, but we never got caught. Yeah! Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, never knew how much the muddy water meant to me. But I learned how to swim and I learned who I was. A lot about living and a little about love. A lot about living and a little about love.
Kick it, Chris. Hey, that was nice. You got one? You got a song on your heart, brother? Let's have another one. This 90s country set's going really well so far. Let's throw a tough one in there. That fiddle.
I spent last night in the arms of a girl in Louisiana, and though I'm out on the highway, my thoughts are still with her. Such a strange combination between a woman and a child. Such a strange situation, stopping every 100 miles, call Baton Rouge. No replay of last night's events rolled through my mind, except a scene or two erased by sweet red wine. And I see a truck stop sign ahead, so I change lanes. I need a cup of a coffee and a couple dollars change, call Baton Rouge. The operator won't you put me on through? Gotta send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up, won't you put her on the line? Gotta talk to the girl just one more time. Hello, Samantha, dear, I hope you're feeling fine. And it won't be long until I'm with you all the time. And until then, I'll spend my money up right down to my last dime. Cold in Baton Operator, won't you put me on through? I gotta send my love down to Baton Rouge. Hurry up, won't you put her on the line? Gotta talk to the girl just one more time. Go in Baton Rouge, sweet Baton Rouge, my Baton Rouge, yeah.
Hell yeah! Give it up for Brother Smith one more time. Beautiful. Thank you, fellas. I hope you guys realize that this show is an excuse for me to do the dumbest shit. And all of us. So thanks for coming out. We really appreciate you keeping it going for us. Don't worry about that. That's me, Casey. All right. Well, yesterday was St. Patrick's Day. You guys seem like a heavily alcoholic crowd, so you would know that. Did anyone do any fun St. Patrick's shit? Cool. All right. Well, we're gonna play you some traditional Irish folk songs. Like I was saying about the folk school, I get nerdy about the history of music and all that stuff. And as most of you, I'm sure, know, country music is like heavily pulled from Irish music because of the amount of Irish settlers that came over to America. They moved into the Appalachian Mountains, and a lot of Irish traditional music became what we all know now as country music for the most part. So in the spirit of that, I thought we'd do some traditional Irish stuff. So, you guys ready? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. You guys know this one? Your grandma probably sang it around St. Patrick's Day. Well, you just got back today. Them wild-eyed boys that have been away hadn't changed, hadn't that much to say. But oh man, I still think them cats are crazy. They were asking if you were out, how you was, where you could be found. Told me that you was living downtown, driving all the old men crazy. The boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town. You know the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Come on now. Remember that one chick she used to dance a lot? Every night she be out on the floor shaking what she got. Man, when I tell you she was cool, she was red hot. Well, I mean she was steaming. And then that one time over there at old Johnny's place, well, that chick got up and she slapped Johnny right across his stupid face. Oh man, we just about fell about that place. Hey, if that chick don't wanna know, then forget that motherfucker. The boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town. You know the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
town. Hey, we got more boys. There's a boy that's in town. You spread the word around. Come on up here, man. You got me all fucked up. Here's one of our boys. He's back in town. Here we go. Friday night, they're going out. They're gonna be dressed to kill. Down there at Old Dino's Bar and Grill. The drinks are gonna flow and the blood's gonna spill. And if the boys wanna fight, you better let them. That old jukebox over in the corner playing my favorite song. The nights are getting long, you know it won't be long. It won't be long till summer comes. Now that the boys are here again. The boys are back in town. I said the boys are back in town. Let's bring it down. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Boys. Guess who's back in town? Come on! Thank you. It's diabolical to do that with one guitar, but, you know, piano, melodica, and saxophone will fill that guitar gap every time. I'm glad you're here, Brian Schreck. Give it up for Brian Schreck. He's our good buddy on the saxophone. You can take this time to defend your profession, which is musical therapy, which I shit on earlier.
Musical therapy is...
Time is up, okay.
Break out this song and dance.
What Brian does is so cool, and we're happy to have him here on the stage. And I'm glad you're here because we could really use you for this next one. Because I made a joke, but we are going to do some traditional Irish music. And as we know, saxophone is heavily featured in that. So here we go. Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eye. A fantabulous night to make romance beneath the cover of October sky. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to the sounds of the breezes that blow. You know I'm trying to please the calling of your heartstrings that play soft and low. Cause you know the night's magic seems to whisper in her. You know the night seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one more moon dance with you, oh my love? Or can I just make some more romance with you, oh my love? Oh well, I wanna make love to you tonight. I can't wait till the morning is come. You know I know now the time is just right, and straight into my arms you will run. And when you come, my heart will be waiting to make sure that you're never alone. Then and there all my dreams will come true, dear. And then and there I will make you my own. And every time I touch you, you just tremble inside. And I know how much you want me that you can't hide. Can I just have one moment dance with you, oh my love? Or can I just make some more romance with you, oh my love? Come on, Woody. What you got, Brian? Hey, Shrek, everyone! Well, it's a marvelous night for a moon dance with the stars up above in your eyes. A fantabulous night to make romance neath cover of the sky. And all the leaves on the trees are falling to sounds of breezes they blow. You know I'm trying to please that calling up your heartstrings to play something low. And you know the night's magic seems to whisper in her. You know the sun moonlight seems to shine in your blush. Can I just have one moment dance with you, oh my love? Or can I just make one more romance with you, oh my love? One more dance out in the moonlight on a magic night. Now, 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 in the moonlight, yeah, on a magic night. Ready? Can I just have one more dance with you, my love? Van Morrison's canceled, by the way. I don't know if you guys knew that. I gotta tell you, I knew that going in, but we had to do it, so it's complicated. It's a little complicated. Yeah, fuck Van Morrison. That song rules, though. All right, guys. I keep teasing you, but give it up one more time for Brian Schreck. How awesome was that? Keep teasing you, but I'm really gonna make this next one count. This is an Irish song that we all know and love. That's how you know it's real. It's always the Bush fault. That's good enough. if you could return, don't let it burn, don't let it fade. I'm sure I'm not being rude, but it's just your attitude, and it's tearing me apart, and it's ruining every day. And I swore I would be true, honey, so did you. So why were you holding her hand? Is that the way we stand? Were you lying all the time? Was it just a game to you? But I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? I thought the world of you. I thought nothing would go wrong, but I was wrong. I was wrong. If you could get by, trying not to lie, then things wouldn't be so confused, and I wouldn't feel so used. But you really always do. I just wanna be with you, but I'm in so deep. You know I'm such a fool for you. You got me wrapped around your finger. Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Do you have to? Do you have to let it linger? Jake Groves on the penny whistle. Is that what that is? Is that a penny whistle? Oh man! All right. Well, this has been a great. Here, give me a second. I gotta change guitars again. This is the most guitar change ass set.
Guitar change ass.
Look at my ass guitar change. No, that's my real belt.
Yeah!
Keep that up. I think we're on the end, right? Oh, where's that? Well, that's it, friends. It's been another lovely Tuesday. Thank you guys so much for coming out. You've seen me do it all night, but I play a little guitar at the end of the show, so that's what I wanted to do for you guys. And I wanted to tell you, well, thanks for coming out tonight. I hope you like the show. You're welcome. Didn't cost your ass a dime, except for all the tips, which, you know, it was light earlier when I was going around. There weren't a lot of people here yet, so if you haven't tipped us, you see that tip jar right there? It's right there. You can put some money in it. It's how we're getting paid. We're all poor. And I know that it's a school night, and I know you gotta go. So before you do, let me tell you one more time. Oh, look at. Give it up for my wife one more time. Hey, thanks a lot. I really do appreciate that you came out to celebrate some shit you probably never heard before. Hey, thanks a lot. Well, I hope to see you next week, but I hope that you don't text me asking me, hey, is the show happening next week? Happens every week, guys. If this is your first time, congratulations. This was a no right one. This is a pretty good one. Sometimes they're incredible. Sometimes they're not. But, you know, we do something different every week. Next week, we've got Mark Charles and Alex Rickle on the show. It's going to be really great. And, you know, my band's going to do something different. I don't know what we're going to do. You know, we're throwing curveballs right up to the last second. You know what I mean? This week, it was really hard deciding which Cranberries song to do because I really wanted to do that one that goes like this. You know this one? Skipped right to the good part. Me and Billy. See, we almost did that one, but we didn't. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week. 1, 2, 3. Thanks. Well, thanks a lot. I got a broken heart. That's all I've got. You made me cry, and I cried a lot. Well, I lost your love. Honey, thanks a lot. You wanted a fool. I played that part every week. Now all I've got is a broken heart. You guys laughed a little bit, but not a lot. And that's kind of my fault. But hey, thanks a lot. We'll see you next week, all right? Thanks. Well, thanks a lot. I got a broken heart, that's all I've got. You made me cry, and I cried a lot. I lost your love. Honey, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, y'all. We'll see you next week. Jake Groves on that harmonica. And the melodica. And the penny whistle, and all kinds of random instruments. What do you got to say, Woody? Woody Woodmansee on the Woody Woodman keys. For Billy Lease on the bass, Chris Nelson on the drums. Thanks a lot. See you next week. My name is Tyler Lance Walker Gill. This is Honky Talkin.